Hello, I am Jonna and I have a fear of Tim Burton animated movies. Yes, you read the title, I don't need to tell you this. I have a strong, deep, probably irrational fear of Tim Burton animated movies. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jonna, you're 24, you should be over this by now, but I am not. I'm not. And do I think I ever will be? No. And honestly, at this point, I just need to know that somebody out there in the world feels the same way about these films as I do. And at this time of year where everybody is posting clips and images from these movies, it's just, can you not? No, just because it's Halloween doesn't mean you need to be posting clips of these movies because it is so scary. And you know what? I am done. Let me take you back on a journey down memory lane. I have so many great memories of Tim Burton animated films from my childhood. They're just great. Okay, the first story. This got me good, okay? This is hard for me to talk about. You guys might think I'm joking throughout this entire video, but I promise you, I'm being 100% serious. I must have been in like 4th grade or 5th grade, I'm not entirely sure. I could do the math, but math is not my strong suit and I just don't feel like it. I was with my family in Hilton Head. We were on vacation. We had like a vacation-y house type thing that a friend let us stay in. And you know, this vacation had a lot of traumatic moments for me, including getting stung by a jellyfish and having to bathe in vinegar from Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly saved my life. Thank you, Piggly Wiggly. And during this time, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Tim Burton live action movie came out. So my family, me, my parents, my grandparents, my aunt, and my 2 cousins, we all went to see Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, as one does. And I know at this point you're probably thinking, Jonna, that is live action, and you said you have a fear of animated movies. Just bear with me on this. So here's little me in the theater chilling, being so excited to see this new version of such a classic story. And then I see, like, okay, I haven't watched this since the thing I'm about to talk about. I haven't watched this thing since this incident. So I might be remembering wrong, but here is what I remember. I remember it like opened up on this like snowy shot and I was like, oh, the movie's starting. But I was so wrong. It was the trailer for The Corpse Bride, which apparently was coming out around the same time, and somebody should have probably warned me. So it was like snowy, and then I remember them being like in the cathedral, and I remember the guy like running away, and then there was this moment of the Corpse Bride herself, and she like I can't even, like, I don't know if I'm remembering right, but she like came out of the ground and was like, she said, "I'm not dead." And you guys, you have no idea how much that messed me up. Like, the entire trailer itself really freaked me out, but that moment of her saying, "I'm not dead," like, destroyed me. I remember barely even being able to, like, focus on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because I was so deeply terrified. And I remember going home that night, I was sharing a room with my 2 cousins, and I was like, there was like a sliding door to outside, and I was so convinced that she was out there and she was gonna come out of the ground and say, "I'm not dead." I had my older cousin close the blinds and I probably like kept them up all night. I was so scared. And then when I got back home, it continued because I had this giant window in my old room at my old house. Half of my room was like underground-ish and half was above. So when you looked out this window, it was like perfectly eye level where the ground would be, and just every night, every single night, I would see her coming out of there and saying that and like trying to kill me. And it still terrifies me to think about it. And then finally we got blinds for my room at some point like years after that, and I was so thankful because I would just close those and then I was like, she can't get me. These are closed. That's one instance of my deep fear. Another instance is, oh my gosh, I know people love Nightmare Before Christmas and love the song This Is Halloween, but you guys, I am terrified. At one point, Disney Channel was playing the This Is Halloween music video like every commercial break. I don't know what year this was. I was pretty young, probably around the same time as the Corpse Bride thing. And I was with my cousins, once again, and we were at my grandparents' house because they were babysitting us. The commercial came on. It's not a commercial, it's a music video. The music video came on, and I was like, change the channel. I was like, Shannon, change the channel. Shannon's my cousin. And she was like, no, I want to see this. And I was like, no, you have to change it. And she didn't. And I'm still mad about it. And I broke down. I sobbed. I was so inconsolably upset. And my grandparents were like, Johnny, you're being so dramatic. But you guys, I was so to my core scared. And going to Halloween stores and picking out costumes, they would always play the song and it would just strike fear in my heart. And recently I saw a tweet where a YouTuber I watch, Brizzy, was talking about how it's just like such a great song, and I was like, Brizzy, you don't understand. So that covers Nightmare Before Christmas and Corpse Bride. Also Frankenweenie. It's a no from me. It's just like something about the way these characters move and the way that they look gives me the heebie-jeebies. If there's ever a time to use the term heebie-jeebies, it is now. And it's not like claymation or puppetry, because I'm totally okay with Wallace and Gromit or like Chicken Run. I love those films. Aardman films are amazing. It's just something about Tim Burton's specific animation style that just like gives me chills. And not in a good way. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're probably wondering, Jonna, how do you handle Tim Burton live action films if you're so terrified of these animated ones? Alice in Wonderland, his versions of Alice, are not my favorite versions of Alice, but I can watch them. And this might shake some of you. I have a DVD copy of the Johnny Depp Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Even though that night scarred me for life, I really did like the movie. Shortly after that, we had a sleepover through Girl Scouts where we got to see it in like an IMAX theater, and it was so cool. And they didn't play the Corpse Bride trailer, so shout out to that venue. And inside, it has this magical golden ticket chocolate bar sweepstakes thing. Still smells like artificial chocolate. So I'm not sure why this is in here, but it's the Pampered Chef and it's classic vinaigrette. Nothing says Willy Wonka like a classic vinaigrette. Beyond Alice and this movie, oh my god. The other day I was like, you know, it's Halloween. I'm gonna try to watch Sweeney Todd. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jonah, that is way out of your range. And you're correct. I think like the first like half, you know, where in the musical it would have intermission, up to there, I was like, okay. But then it just got a little weird. It was just a little too much. And like, I'm a musical theater kid. Like, I grew up doing musicals. I know what Sweeney Todd is about. I didn't go into this with no clue. I know a lot of the songs. I've seen most of the filmed pro-shot stage version with Angela Lansbury. But just something about the way Tim Burton did it. It was like pretty gory and like a lot. It was just a lot. With the Batman films with Michael Keaton, didn't mind those. I mean, I did kind of mind the one with Danny DeVito, because he was a bit scary in it. And Dumbo, the latest live action Dumbo, that was totally fine. That was probably the most fine out of all of them. Out of every Tim Burton film I've ever experienced in any way, shape, or form, Dumbo, totally fine. Probably couldn't even tell it was him. So now that I've exposed myself for being like a total scaredy cat, I would love to know in the comments what you think of Tim Burton animated films, especially if you're scared of them or you know somebody that's scared of them. I would love to feel less alone, because I have never met anyone else that felt the same way. And it generally seems like the internet is highly in favor of these movies, which I will never understand. Not judging you if you like them. If you like them, I admire you. I think you are brave, and I applaud you, truly. I am kind of considering watching Beetlejuice just because it's such a classic and it's now a musical. So in the comments also let me know if Beetlejuice, if you think based on everything you've heard that it would be okay for me. Just let me know. I love you all. Stay beautiful, you people. Bye!